Hey everyone, Mystery here, and we are looking at an Ogryn today. And this Ogryn is going to be using the Battle Maul and Slab Shield. I think this is absolutely a top-notch weapon. It hits so hard, it is so easy to be defensively offensive, if that makes any sense. Every enemy you hit with it gets laid out, and they don't get any chance to hit you back. I think it's an awesome weapon, and we're going to make a build around it. So, the weapon itself, we are going to be dumping defenses. Long story short, defenses don't give us anything. Everything else on here gives us lots of damage, and we like that. Flak armored and unarmored for our perks. That's because this is going to be, we want to eviscerate small enemies in one hit. So anything that's like infantry, regular dude, and lower dies in one strong attack, guaranteed. And then a lot of elites die in one strong attack if we hit them in the head and we're fully powered up, and if not, they'll bleed out on the ground. Then we've got two blessings here. I said, sorry, excuse me, I'm yawning. That sounds silly. Two blessings, like you could choose any other number of blessings. First one is very obvious, Skull Crusher. Skull Crusher is just going to give us such an absurd amount of damage to enemies that are staggered. I'll come back to talk about this in a second, but Ogryn has this unique ability, really, of making the enemies that he hits take like huge increases to the damage they take, which multiplies with the damage increases that a lot of other classes have. So we can make enemies just absolutely get destroyed by our team. Brutal Momentum is on here because when we are swinging this shield around, it's really easy to get hung up on hitting tankier enemies that are in the mix, and this will allow us to swing through them, and we really just want to make sure that every big cleave attack that we make that goes out hits as many enemies as possible, and it gives us 15% weak spot damage. And for some reason, hitting headshots with this shield is like really easy. Some weapons it can be very tricky, but for this thing, you'll hit the headshot nearly every time. For a ranged weapon, I love the kickback for the Ogryn. I think I pretty much always run it, that or the Rumbler. You could use whatever you want here. If you want to run the kickback, I recommend doing full bore on there. Again, this is not a weapon that I have rolled and put any real effort into. I had this one from before the crafting update, and I haven't invested to get my mastery maxed out with it. So, but I think that full bore is an awesome choice because it'll augment your damage when you need it, which is, you know, most of the time this thing kills enemies by barely touching them. But if you do zoom in and then you got your surgical stacking up for your crit, when you really hit them like that, they're gonna die in one hit. So this is like your shotgun / sniper rifle. For curiously here, I've reversed my stance on curios, at least for this build for Ogryn. You want more toughness because we are going to be provoking a lot of enemies to attack us, which means they'll be trying to shoot us and all that good stuff. The toughness is going to keep all ranged enemies from doing anything to us, and if you had no toughness stacked, they would very quickly break your toughness and be dealing damage to your health, which you can't recover, you know, except for you finding like a Medicae station. This toughness, we're going to be able to recover it like a lot by just continually shield slamming, and I'll show you the talent tree for that in a second. You'll also want some additional max health because why not? We got such a huge base health pool to start with. And then stamina regen. You definitely need that because that is what we use to shove, and we're going to be doing a lot of shoving to get enemies aggro. Let's quickly talk about the talent tree, and we're starting with heavyweight because this is an excellent talent. You should always choose this on Ogryn. Smash 'em. This is how we're generating our toughness, and we got some flat toughness and linchpin. Another great way to regenerate toughness just by being near our allies. It's a no-brainer we're going to be near our allies because we are a loyal protector build, so we're not soloing the world. We are sticking near our allies and taunting everything up, trying to get all the enemies together. And speaking of getting all the enemies together, the frag bomb is not just a meme grenade. It is really freaking awesome, and it works super well with this build because we can get everything nice and tight and clumped up, and then kaboom. And then we've got soften them up, as well as valuable distraction as an augment or an ability modifier on our ability. These two, in addition to our Skull Crusher on our shield here, mean that when we damage enemies, when we shove them with our shield, when we hit them with the heavy one, they are going to take 55% increased damage. And then if we taunt them, they're going to take an additional 25% base damage increase. Like I said before, increasing the damage enemies take is one of the most powerful damage scaling things in the game, because there's a lot of things like, for instance, the Psyker, who can get like up to 60-80% damage increase through Disrupt Destiny and Scryer's Gaze. But if you then take that and attack that damage towards an enemy that's taking 80% increased damage, you have huge numbers. So this is such a valuable, like incredibly valuable thing that Ogryns can do. All right, then coming down here for Batter. Batter is just like the thing to do for Ogryn. These bleeds are also affected by all this damage increases that enemies take. So you'll see, like, against Carapaced enemies, regular bleed builds, they'll do like 90 on bleeds. We'll be doing 250, or how much our bleeds do once they're fully stacked up, and it doesn't take long to stack at all. Those bleeds also synergize with Delight and Destruction, which gives us 8% damage resistance per bleeding enemy in melee range. I don't know what that melee range is, probably like 10 meters or something. Stacks 6 times. Really easy to stack this up, considering we can hit like 4 enemies with 1 heavy attack. And you know, having 48% damage resistance, that's not just toughness, that's toughness and health. That's a nuts level of damage resistance. And you get even more from Implacable when you are charging melee attacks. So, I mean, we take so little damage when we're charging a melee attack and we have enemies around us bleeding. So the whole way you live longer on this build, do not find yourself on the back foot where you're like, oh no, enemies are attacking me, I need to block, block, block. Never block. Always just, if you're getting hit, charge up your heavy attack with your shield and just hit them back. You're just going to hit them until they're dead. And in doing so, you'll regenerate your toughness, and you'll be taking a lot less damage because the enemies will all be bleeding and good stuff like that. We've also got 2 Stubborn to Die here. This is our clutch perk. So if we are low on HP, this is going to double our toughness replenishment. And I say, you know, 33% HP, low HP. That's 1/3 of our health bar. That's over 100 HP. That's being on our last wound. We have 100% toughness replenishment, which means that in combination with Unstoppable, which says that when you have this heavy hitter at 5 stacks, you get, instead of 5% melee kills, you get 10% of your toughness back from a melee kill. This makes it into 20. And we have Smash 'em, which instead of doing 20% toughness replenishment, will do 40. So that is just huge amounts of toughness replenished on every single attack when this triggers, if it does. It is not absolutely necessary. If you have somewhere else you want to put this single individual point, that is up to you. But I think it's a great fallback plan, because you will be pretty much impossible to kill if you have this going on. Then we've got, you know, Heavy Hitter and Heavy Hitter's Augment for the attack speed. All really great stuff. Absolutely a must-have, because this is going to make that shield clap super hard. Over here, let's address this left-hand tree first. Blocking or pushing enemies taunts for 8 seconds. Something you'll want to learn, a skill you'll want to learn to do is just bash an enemy with a shield, you know, out of the left field, and then give them a shove real quickly afterwards, so that their AI is like, okay, now I need to go attack that person. Taunting enemies really messes with their AI. Obviously, like their priority is like aiming one direction, attacking one direction. Now they got to turn around, do all sorts of stuff. Usually by the time they get, you know, figure out what's going on, they're dead. And then payback time. Remember, we are going to take hits when we're charging our heavy attacks here. There's almost no way to avoid it because you only have 2 dodges. So when we take that hit, we're going to land the heavy attack and we're going to get all of that toughness back. But this is going to mean we have 20% additional damage every time we take that melee attack. And remember, we take really low damage when we're channeling because of Implacable down here. And then finally, Get Stuck In. Just a great way to augment our team and to get them boosted, make them move fast. It includes us. We get immunity to stuns and suppressions and 20% movement speed when we activate our ability, which is great for kiting out enemies that are all taunted and getting your allies to like cohere around you and get stuff done. And finally, Bruiser, because cooldown reduction on this ability can never hurt. And that's the build, guys. All right. I'm about to head into a game with this. If you like the build and you feel confident that it's good enough, and trust me, it is good enough, I'm about to play Auric Maelstrom with it and just clean up. I'm sure you'll see in a second. But if that's all you need, I really appreciate you watching. I'd also really appreciate a like and a subscribe. If you want to do what the Ogryn is doing on the build and just take that subscribe and pretend the Crusher is the subscribe button, or my channel, just me. Pretend the Crusher's me and just hit me with that fucking thing. Alright, y'all. Let's hop into an Auric Maelstrom and see how this thing does. Alright, everyone. We've got not one, but two Ogryns with shields. I think we might have a very similar build. I didn't check him out yet. But for our allies, we have a veteran with Shout, and we have the Chorus of Spiritual Fortitude Zealot. So we are like the tankiest boys in the known universe. My estimation is that we clear this with no problem. But let's see, shall we? Poor little sniper. There we go. Yeah, you can use the taunt to knock down enemies like that. Bursters. Oh wow, why did I do that? Just like any other slow melee build, you really want to master the sliding. Taunt. Remember, the taunting also gives us some movement speed, which we can then just convert directly into a slide. That extra speed. Oh boy, we're really getting thrown around, huh? Bro, look out! Like, he can get taunted, or he can get trapped and lay on the ground for like 5 whole seconds and nothing hurts him, because we've got so much defense on team. Good. Let's do this. I did not go where I wanted it to go, but hey. It'll be alright. We'll get a second one here somewhere. It's a bunch of barrels in this room. Go ahead and taunt as soon as we're out of this. Get everything out of that gas. Shotgun in the face. Yeah, that's fine. Chaos spawn. taunted and get him staggered. Look at the damage that goes for it. It doesn't even get the move. Stupid amount of damage augmentation. Sneak up and get a free attack there. He's like really illuminated by that red. Go ahead and shove him so he's taunted, and then just give him the old wallop. Nice. Was that another boss? Let's say, was that another boss? That was another boss. Taunted. Get clapped. Trouble. Let's go ahead and take a look this way. Nice. Oh, I shot the wall. I think I hit him a little bit. Hit him that time. I just love using the taunts to interrupt the dogs. Didn't even get to play. So yeah, we're competing with a veteran who's using shout and a bolt gun and a dueling sword, and look at our damage, right? So if you are shy about using this build because you're like, oh, I want to get the big numbers, Mr. E, I don't want to be support. I want to be DPS. Support is for girls. We're a one-man army. We're not we're supporting our team, but from the front, leading by example. A shove. Go be what you got. This shield has like a crazy range. Let's go this way, mates. I don't know why I'm Australian. Bag of trash, and you know, it's blue barrel. No, this right here, right? This stack crates. No, nothing in here. No pile of shit. No, this trash can. All right, we did it. Did it, boys. That was an annoyingly placed thing. Clap. Look at this coherency right here. I want you to know that I picked up my hand off my mouse to gesture at the screen because that was such a good coherency. Just gotta taunt everything on the place. Come get me. Little boys. Little puny things. See that? See those big sweeping slaps? That's what it's about. And also that. And also that. Just absolutely crushing a man's entire ribcage sternum existence with the edge of a 120-pound shield. Piss off. You're the grenade boy. Ooh, I helped. Let's do that. They'll never know that I took all the ammo. Fuck off. Piss off. Bruv. Alrighty. Yeah, so this is Auric Maelstrom. I'm not feeling it, you know? I'm just not feeling the intensity. People are saying, oh, we don't need a 6 difficulty. There's already Auric Maelstrom if you need something that's harder than Dark Damnation. It's not harder. It's like the same. Sometimes it gets a little bit spicy. Most of the time it's just like this. Where I just punch the door over and over. Oh yeah, and if you ever want to do like good consistent damage, just block cancel and just keep doing the shield edge. The shield edge is the big one. Ton of damage on a stagger. Alright, that was fun. Interactive melee gameplay. Trap blue. What the bloody hell? Okay, well, truce. Just kidding, no truce. No truce. Oh, little ones go and scrounge from their crates like rats. I'm fairly certain if you took that drop in your life, you'd break your fucking legs. I'm all staggered up. Alright, get that sniper. Sure, if someone does get trapped, it's not me. Oh! Okay, seems good. Okay, you probably shouldn't have done that. I think he regretted that. Actually, no, he probably didn't even know what happened. He saw an Ogryn aiming a shotgun at him from like 80 meters away and said, that'll be fun. And then his life ended. Taunted. Oh god, roast dog. I'm trying to fight, now I'm hungry. Trapper dead? Oh, okay. Hello. Look at this bleeds. Doing 250 damage on a single tick of bleed. I probably wasn't even all the way up. Hold on. There we go. I knew if I waited a second I could hit that pox burster too. Alright. This is usually like a kind of a scary ending event. It would be even scarier with the Maelstrom modifier here. I bet it is no problem at all for this build. Wow. If I could aim, imagine. Imagine the skill. Let's get out here. We're gonna get over here. We're gonna taunt these boys up. We need to make sure these boys don't get set up out here. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Bolter. Mr. Boltman. No. You stand in that fire, and you think about what you've done. I'm fine. You stay in the fire. Oh my god. I should have hit him. Maybe I was a little low. I'm fine. Should I bomb? Why not? Yeah, right? Doesn't seem scary at all. Alright, I'll do this then. He's got it. Oh, he's over this side. Where is he? I heard his clicky. There he is. There you go. Using the taunt and then doing it. Worked out. No, go away. Okay, I'm using it. Just for fun. That seems like it's valuable. Oh, come on. Look at that hell. Oh, throw me that shit. Man. My shoes. You have any idea how expensive the shoes are at the commissar? You gotta pay premium currency for that shit. Is the thing ready yet? Yep. Oh, here again. That's fun. Oh, that was easy. I think it's this one. I'm really bad at this thing. Even though it's a random chance. Seriously. What of the opposite crack that it is? Shove. Again, look at these bleeds. I killed all 4 of those maulers. I don't think they got a second to attack in all of that. Like, they didn't get a single attack. They don't think they even started an attack, to be honest with you. Now, this is probably a uniquely good setup for us because we have so much like tons of punishment and stuff on the team. But you could easily do this if you had more damage, like lightning psychers and shit on the back end of this. It would be maybe even better. We just one-man army of this, at least frontline wise. Not to put down the contributions of my allies. I think they did fine. Let's go! Nah, you piece of pinochle. Let's shoot a couple shots over the back here. Yay! Oh, nice soothing song to wrap up the build on. Stagger. Dead. Trappy boy behind us, I hear him. That poor Dreg Tox Bomber just like got instantly annihilated accidentally. That guy wasn't an accident, he just died. GG everyone. Nice and easy. Alright, so I mean there you can see just an absolute brick wall. We took barely any damage. It all comes down to staying aggressive with that shield. Hitting them with the bash on the edge, keeping them off their feet. Every hit you take, you need to be given a hit back. Do not end up in a corner with your shield planted and blocking. That's not how this how you want to end up playing this. But yeah, love this weapon. Love this build. Definitely a S tier weapon. And if that is, I think that's about everything, Al. Okay, guys, well, that was that. I hope you enjoyed. If you look at the screen, you can see all of the members to my channel. These are people who support what I do, and they get to see pictures of my very cute little dog, Bernie. Of note among them is the international man of mystery himself, Diomedes22. You know, his name is Diomedes22 because that's what he has tattooed across his back. Right below it is like a huge eagle that's like its talons are ripping through his flesh. It looks super badass. Anyway, y'all, I think that's everything I have for you today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next bit.